Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this video we're going to continue on with the inventory script, and we're also going to alter our battery pickup script. So maybe you would like to pause the video now and open this script as well. But with that said, in this lesson we're going to deal with this void here. And the first thing I'm going to do is change the naming convention to battery to inventory. Just because I think that's a little bit more accurate. So let's change that and change the debug log. So we'll come inside the function now. Oh, and in fact, let's just copy that naming convention. Let's come up here where our use buttons are. And we'll just paste that in. We'll bring the comment back into line and alter the comments. We'll come inside the function and we're going to say underscore, and we want batteries in inventory, and we're going to say plus equals, and then we're going to have a variable called underscore, and we want add batteries to inventory. Let's close the line off. So we've got a red error, and that's because we need to actually create this variable. So for now we're going to come inside the brackets here and we're going to say int, and let's just paste that naming convention in. And we will be doing something with this variable in our new battery pickup script. But all we're doing now is saying this value, increase our batteries in inventory by that amount. So let's come to the comments. And we'll put add batteries to inventory amount. Yeah, to, let's say, our inventory stock. Let's come below here and we're just going to get component like we've done many times. We'll open and close, and this type of audio source. We'll come to the end, we'll open and close brackets, dot, and we want the play one shot. We'll open and close brackets, we'll close the line off, and then we're going to scroll up to the top of the script and we'll find, here we go. So I've already created an audio clip. Battery pickup audio defines naming convention for the battery pickup audio in the comments. And let's just scroll down, and that's the one we're going to play. So we just need to paste inside the last set of brackets, and let's break this up for commenting. We'll just enter there. We'll say in the comments, get audio component and play battery pickup audio once. And we'll just save that there for now. So this is all we're doing in the inventory script in this lesson. And what we're going to do now is come to the battery pickup script. Now, as you can see, I've deleted everything in this script. And the reason for this is quite simply, I tried to record this video once already, and unfortunately it's sort of cut off halfway through, so I'm having to re-record. So I just thought I'd delete it all and we'll just start again, because we are basically just rewriting the entire script. That's also the reason, if we come up the top, that this audio clip was already created. So with that said, we'll just scroll down and we'll just highlight the function we've just filled out, and you'll see why in a moment. Now, a word of warning: when we do this new script for the battery pickup, it's going to cause errors in your project and cause your project not to work until the next lesson, when we begin to update the flashlight script. So please be aware of that. We are going to fix all errors, but that will be we'll begin that in the next video. So I know some of you will want to do this now in this video. Some of you may want to wait before doing this step and come back to this video when the next lesson's up, so you can continue on and obviously eliminate all errors in one go. So I'll leave that up for you to decide, but please be aware it will cause errors. We will fix them in the next video, but you may wish to wait. So with that said, let's come inside and we'll say public int underscore, and we're actually going to use the same naming convention here, underscore add batteries to inventory. So let's just copy and paste that in, and we're going to say equals 1, close the line off. So when I pick up a battery, I just want one battery added to the inventory. You may want different. Maybe you've got a model of a battery pack that contains 2 or 3 batteries, maybe even 4, 5 and 6. That's up for you to decide. It's your project. I'm just going to have one, but let's get that into the comments, and we'll say defines how many batteries we add to the inventory. And let's come to the next line. We'll need to create a bool underscore battery, and we'll say pick up activated, close the line off, creates bool for if, and let's say we are in the process of collecting a battery or picking up a battery. You can word it any way you wish. So with that said, we're going to put in the void start. We'll open and close brackets. We'll open and close again. We'll come inside the void start. We'll say underscore battery pickup activated, and we'll just set that to false on startup, because we don't begin the game picking up a battery, obviously. So we'll say battery, and we'll say pickup activated is false on startup. We're going to come here below, and this needs to be of type public, very important, of type void, and we'll just call this function pick up battery. We'll open and close brackets. We'll open and close again. So this is where we're going to put the majority of the code. So we'll begin by coming inside. We'll say if open and close brackets, we'll come inside battery pickup activated double equals true. We'll come to the next line and we'll say return. So let's get this into the comments. So we'll say if battery pickup activated equals true, and in the next line we'll put our then do nothing and return, and we'll enter there. And I will come back and explain why this if block exists once we've actually finished the rest of this function. But for now, we're going to say inventory temp. And we're going to say equals, and it's going to be game object with a capital G. dot. We want to find game object with tag. Remember the singular, not the plural. Open and close brackets will come inside in the speech marks and we'll say player. Let's come to the end, dot. And then we're going to get component. We'll open and close brackets, and the component we're going to get is the inventory script. Come to the end of the line, we'll open and close, we'll close the line off. So let's break this up for commenting. So I'm going to enter here after the equals, and I'll enter here after player. So let's get this into the comment. So we'll say temp equals. We'll come to the next line. We'll say first find player game object. And finally, for the last line, we'll say and get the inventory script. So we're just getting a reference to, well, we're getting the component of the inventory script. So now we can begin to access it. So how are we going to access it? We're going to say temp dot, and we want battery to inventory. Remember, temp is equal to the script. We're getting the battery to inventory function here. The naming convention we changed it to. We'll come to the end of the line there. We're going to say open and close the line off, and inside the comments we're going to say add battery to inventory. If you're using an IntelliSense, make sure it's this one and not the one with the semicolon, or the full colon, sorry. So with that in place, let's put that into the comments. So we get the inventory script, and then we say, then we'll say access the, and we want the battery to inventory function, and pass in add batteries value, which in my case is 1. So this variable has a value of 1 as set here. We get the inventory script. We then access this void. We then pass in this value into that void. And then we say this value, well, we're going to increase our batteries in inventory by this value. So I hope this makes sense to you all. If not, if any of you have any questions, as always, please leave them below and I will always try my best to answer for you. So let's come back to the battery pickup script. Obviously, once we've done what we needed to do, which add the battery to the inventory script, we can destroy the battery game object. So we'll just say destroy, open and close brackets, close the line off. Inside the brackets we want game object, but this time with the lowercase g. We'll come to the comments. Could actually do with tidying these up a bit. So let's say destroy this game object. We're going to come below here. We're going to say underscore battery pickup activated. We're going to set to true. And I'll explain why in a moment, but let's get the comment in place first. So we'll say set battery pickup activated to true. And I'll just go through and quickly tidy up the comments. and we'll save this off. So I've explained how this works now. You already know how to destroy a game object, so we'll deal with this if block and this line here. So basically, when we try and pick up a battery, we'll call this void. Obviously, battery pickup activated will be false. So we'll skip over this if block. It will then add the battery to the inventory. It will destroy the game object. Then it will set this to true. And there's a reason for this is if you don't have this line, what will happen is while the game object is in the process of being destroyed, what can happen is the script can return to the top and begin reading through again, and sometimes it can cause a glitch in the game where more batteries than should be are added to the inventory. So just in case that may occur, we set it to true, and it cannot happen because now it's true. And if it does try and read through it again while in the process of being destroyed, it will simply return and avoid any bugs and glitches. So make sure this is saved off. Let's downsize mono develop. We're going to come to the console, and as you can see, we have a red error. But as I said, please don't worry about this. We'll be fixing that in the next video. So I think we'll leave it here for now. As always, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time. And until then, as always, bye for now.